Have you ever been called too independent, too strong, or too nice, and everyone around you thinks it's a compliment? But deep down within you, you know something about all of this doesn't feel healthy. But what if I told you that some of the things you think are your personality skills are actually survival skills born from trauma? Sometimes what people praise in us is actually a proof of the things we've had to endure. Welcome to this exciting new episode where we'll be talking about you think it's your personality, but it's actually trauma. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's get to this tea. Listen, survival mode can look like your personality because let's be sincere, a lot of us grew up in environments where we had to adapt. In the means to survive, most of us became things like the people pleaser, the overachiever, and the hyper independent one. At times, some of us are even the joking one because we would do all of this just to survive. Everyone thinks that's who we are, but sometimes that's who we had to become. Saying I don't need anyone might also be a way of you self protecting yourself. Some people even say, I don't need anybody. Some will say, don't worry, I can do it by myself. People applaud that, but sometimes that independence comes from a painful place of no one showing up for you, you being disappointed one too many times. You learned depending on people leads to you hurting. So your brain said, fine, I'll do everything myself. That's not always personality. That's a trauma response. Being too nice can come from fear. People praise niceness. People praise kindness. But some people are not just kind. They are terrified. Terrified of upsetting anyone. So they avoid conflict totally. They overly apologize. They say yes when they're meant to say no. They carry everybody's problem. Why? You're asking me? Because somewhere in their past, they have learned that if people are upset with them, then maybe they are not safe. So they become the people pleaser, the peacekeeper, the crisis manager. Humor as a trauma shield. Have you noticed that some people joke about everything? Even when things are dire serious, they joke about it. Even the most painful things, they joke about it. That's because they've seen humor as an emotional armor for themselves. They sometimes say to themselves, if you laugh about it, then you don't have to feel it. That in itself is a kind of trauma. Strong all the time. Hold up. Some people are always told you are strong. Listen, I have told my friends and loved ones the next time I hear anything like that, we're going to have a sit. Because that word in itself is very, very boxing. And you know how that can be. But strength can become a prison because that same person can feel like they can't cry, they can't ask for help, they can't even fall apart because that condition has been placed on them. Strong woman, strong man. So they carry everything alone, not because they want to, it's just because they don't have a choice. They are used to all of this. So self gratification, they have to keep doing it, they have to keep at it. The important truth. Not everything about you is trauma based, but at times, trauma shapes the version of you that the world sees. Healing is not about blaming your past. Healing is about asking yourself, is this really who I am or who I had to become to survive? Let's close with this. You deserve a life where you don't have to overperform to be loved, where you don't have to people please to feel safe. You don't have to be strong all the time. Your personality should be a place of freedom, not survival. And sometimes the real healing journey is meeting the real you that existed before the trauma. If this resonates with you, I want you to comment. I am learning who I really am and working towards being better. Yes, if you know anyone who hides pain behind trauma, send this video to them. Okay? Because sometimes the strongest people we know are just people who never had space to be soft. Healing is possible, but first you have to know and identify the kind of trauma you're dealing with. Thanks once again for watching this episode. I love you all and know we can all do better. Bye bye.